Welcome to Modern Living. I'm Kathy Ireland. As parents, we're always on the lookout for entertaining experiences and activities that are fun, safe, and healthy for our families. This need has presented an active franchise opportunity called Rebounderz. Co-founders Mark Gurley and Al Palladino are here to share the details of their safe indoor trampoline franchises. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Very excited to be here.
Well, Mark, as Rebounderz CEO, will you please share some of the common themes surrounding family entertainment?
Well, family entertainment is big. It's blown up, okay? And why wouldn't it? With their trampolines wall to wall, and their in-the-air dodgeball, their face-to-face basketball slam, their 5- and 6-lane foam pits, their extreme jump towers, and now their Ninja Warrior courses. Doesn't that sound exciting to you?
Sounds amazing.
It does. And the one word that actually sums all that up is Rebounderz.
Al, you're president of Rebounderz. Could you please tell us how it's a good entertainment solution for people of all ages?
Well, it definitely is. I mean, right from the start, we noticed kids of all ages, from 4 to teenagers to college kids to adults. They all love Rebounderz.
It is so much fun, and we invite you to tag along with us as we step inside the exciting environment created by Rebounderz in this Modern Living Field Report.
Rebounderz indoor trampoline arenas are redefining the family outing worldwide. Rebounderz provides a fun, safe, and exciting experience filled with high-flying action for all ages. From young to old, Rebounderz offers every member of the family something to get excited about.
I chose Rebounderz because our kids are inundated with screens every day, and I love to come here, unplug, and it's something I can do with the kids. We jump, we have fun, we get exercise. The features my kids like most at Rebounderz, well, I have a young one. He loves the toddler area. It's also one of my favorite places because I can sit on the bench, have a coffee, and he can go crazy playing for hours. The features I love most about coming to Rebounderz is that it's clean and safe. You have everything that you could possibly want in here, including food and snacks for the kids, so I don't even have to bring anything with me or have to plan ahead. We sort of just show up and know we're gonna have a great time.
The atmosphere at Rebounderz is fantastic. It's very energetic and upbeat. All of the employees here are engaging with the kids, and it's perfect for all ages. My son's favorite feature here is the basketball area. He loves being able to jump and shoot basketballs at the same time, so it's the perfect combo for him. My favorite feature here is being able to stand up in the parent lounge area and view the entire trampoline park and the playground at once, so I can see where my kid is and not have to be out there with them.
Rebounderz is such a good jumping experience, and I like the foam pit because I can flip, and I can flip with my brother too, and mostly we can crawl around and mostly, jump and have fun.
I chose to be at Rebounderz today because we can play with your friends and you can have fun and you can do lots of different things.
Rebounderz leads the way in transforming family entertainment. They provide a priceless experience filled with electrifying action for all ages.
Mark, will you please tell us about Rebounderz and where did the inspiration come from?
Well, I think the inspiration came from being a father. Okay, you have kids that get to 13, 14, 15 years old and you want to take them somewhere. Right. And the family entertainment centers were just not up to par. So I looked at Al and we decided that we were going to open one that all kids would just be thrilled to death to go to.
And Al, could you please talk about how you got started?
Well, my daughter attended Mark's karate school.
Okay,
and I was
you're a karate instructor?
Former karate instructor and world champion.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And I was a black belt,
Ooh,
but
okay.
not a world champion.
Okay.
Far from it.
Well, you're both pretty impressive here.
But we were in his office, and he had a piece of paper with a drawing of the first jumper, first trampoline. And I said, "What is that?" And he said, "No, it's something I'm thinking of opening." And I said, "Well, if you ever need a partner, let me know." And he said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Sure." So I went home and I told my wife, And she's like, wow, what did you tell him? I said, I'd think about it. She said, you get back in that car, you get to that karate studio, and you tell him we're in.
You got a smart wife.
That's how it happened. Yep.
And Mark, may I ask, what were the hurdles that you experienced when building Rebounderz?
Oh, well, the first one is funding. You know, we opened in the worst time that you could open during the recession, 2008. So both of us got together and pooled our resources and funded it ourselves. And then the next thing is the building. Trying to get someone who owns a building and telling them you're going to open a trampoline place, okay, is not as easy as it sounds. So we got a builder that was interested in us, and he basically, you know, moved mountains for us to get in there. And we opened the first one in Longwood, Florida in 2008.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
So where did that perseverance and tenacity come from?
I think it comes from the martial arts training. You know, I've been
Okay.
training since I was 12 years old. I was never going to let anything that anyone said negative affect me. So I was always going to look to the positive, and looking to the positive for me was opening the first indoor trampoline arena in Florida.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
So Al, can you please tell us what sets Rebounderz apart from other trampoline attractions?
Well, we're more than just trampolines. I mean, all of the facilities are big, beautiful, clean, safe, lots of equipment, gigantic combo jumpers, 4, 5, 6 lane foam pits, jump towers now, Ninja Warrior courses, very large arcades, multiple profit centers.
And Mark, Al mentioned safe. Can you talk about why safety is so important to you and how you're implementing it at Rebounderz?
Well, safety is huge to me. Okay, as a martial arts instructor, I instructed some 15,000 kids over 10 years. I never injured a one. Okay, that proves you're good at something. Okay, so if you're gonna be good at trampoline ownership, you've gotta have the safest equipment made, the safest equipment developed. So it was important to me to put into our model the double trampoline bed, where if one bed broke, it'd catch the kid with the second bed. Okay, 3-inch thick foam padding, where no kid could get to the steel framework. The Joshua lines were actually invented by our COO of the company, Joshua Coates. He said, look, if we put lines on our trampoline beds, the kids will stay inside the box for safety. All we have to do is tell them stay inside the red box. It keeps their feet away from the springs. It worked. Now every trampoline place in the country has some type of colored box for the kids to stay in.
Oh, that's amazing. And now let's talk about Rebounderz as a franchise opportunity. Mark, can you please explain what makes this a good investment?
Well, I think that you have to understand what your limits when you're in business, okay? For me, I went after the best person I knew to run a Rebounderz, and that was Al Palladino. He runs them, I build them. You have to know your limits. So let him answer that question, okay? He's really good at it.
All right. And Al, can you give us an overview of the support that you offer?
Well, the support starts right from the beginning. When you open, you have 2 weeks of training, 1 week before you open, and then we're there for your entire week after you open. We realized right from the start, you can only train so much before you have customers.
Right.
And after the first couple locations, the look of fear in the owner's eyes as we would leave, me and Josh and a few others would always stay behind. And then that second or third year, we changed the training model and said, okay, you know, we're gonna stick around for a full week, make sure you're running good. And it's very common at the start of the summer season for the franchisees to call up and say, can you send someone up? I have a whole bunch of brand new referees. I need a refresher training. We have a lot of different training programs, a lot of great training resources, and the ongoing training is absolutely important.
So you stay in touch with your franchisees?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
As their tagline suggests, Rebounderz leads the way in transforming family entertainment. Rebounderz is also one of the fastest growing franchises in the industry. To Jason and Maggie Alexandridis, owners of Rohnert Park's Rebounderz, the opportunity to open their own franchise was clear.
We decided to open a Rebounderz franchise primarily because we saw that they had very strong branding and our market really craved something like a Rebounderz. Rebounderz does an excellent job with their marketing and branding, and they make an excellent product. And when I did the research on trampoline parks throughout the country, I found that they really had the best overall package and the best product from an engineering and safety perspective.
My husband Jason and I had been looking around at opening our own business because he worked in tech for a long time and I worked in television. But we wanted to do something that was our own. We wanted to do a family business. And we heard about trampoline parks, and we heard about Rebounderz, and that was definitely the way to go. And it's a great way to run them around, make them beat. And with our 2 small kids being here all the time, it was just a really great idea. And we're really excited that we did it.
I have to ask, do both of you jump and enjoy?
I do. I enjoy it. I will have to say, especially with the foam pitch, there's no chance of hitting the floor. It's 3 feet off the ground. It's surrounded by 9,000 to 13,000 foam blocks. So when you hit it, it's like a giant bowl of Jell-O when it moves. So the kids really love it because they get to make fun of their friends trying to get out of it. But it just looks like a giant bowl of Jell-O. The kids are trying their best to get out of it.
Oh, it's wonderful.
I don't jump as much anymore. He doesn't let me out of the office.
But how rewarding is it to you just to know that this work that you're doing, you're helping families in this age of technology, kids are in front of their devices all the time, to get them out there. And then on top of it, all the jobs that you're creating.
Yeah, one of the most important things, and you touched on it, was getting the kids from doing this. Okay, I needed to see them working out and getting involved emotionally with something that they're trying to do, like the basketball slam. It's very hard to do. It's very coordinated. The in-the-air dodgeball, that is the most fun you will ever have. You will get to hit your dad in the head with a ball.
Oh,
what
and it
more
doesn't
fun is
hurt?
that than a 10-year-old? You know? And it's just wonderful seeing them do it. You know, but adding the jobs was fantastic because you leave a franchisee and they've got 60 to 50 new employees, and it makes you feel so good that you are helping them furnish paychecks to 50 or 60 families. And Kathy, that was so important to me growing up where I did. Okay, work was something we had to do. We had to work for a living. The slogan, made in the USA, when it comes to Rebounderz, everything but the socks are made in the USA. Okay,
Where are the socks made?
Unfortunately, they're made in China. We have to source those. But that's the only thing that we source. Okay, but
That's
we make all of our own equipment.
fantastic.
We love it. We love it.
That's fantastic.
Right at the start of a training session, and I don't go to all the training sessions anymore, but I would always tell the kids, you are going to work harder than all of your friends at whatever the local grocery store is. Rebounderz is going to teach you how to work, and that's going to follow you through the rest of your life, because it's an important job, whether it's the front desk, you know, validating the waivers, or if it's the referees keeping everything as it should be on the jumpers, or the birthday party attendants making that special day for someone. You know, it's an important job, and they realize that right from the start.
What fantastic opportunities you're providing for people, and how it has an impact on an entire community, and really transformative. Mark, who were some of your role models growing up?
I tell everyone my role model was Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, how come? Why?
It was because he believed in something, and he believed in enough to make sure that every American believed in it. And you know, in the end, you know, he focused on what was true. Okay, and if you focus on that in business, you will succeed. You know this by surrounding yourself with very, very popular and well-developed people. Your business model only will grow from very good combinations of good franchisees and good corporately run stores. And that's what we try to do. That's why we maintain corporate locations.
That's wonderful. How about you, Al?
My dad and my uncle, they were both businessmen and very successful. Very similar to Mark and myself. He is the builder, the visionary. That was my father, and I'm more like my uncle. He would run the operations, and it was funny when my dad was alive and I was at AT&T, he'd be like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, we're working on the intranet." And after 10 years, he said, "I still don't know what you're doing at that company." So finally, with Rebounderz, it was something that he could see and he could grasp. And you know, he's not here to see, you know, the full success, but I know he's watching.
Well, I'm sorry, but I know he's got to be so proud of you. So exciting, and you're a great team. Al, could you please explain how location plays a role when opening a Rebounderz arena?
Very important. Probably the biggest decision a franchisee can make, other than picking the right company, which is Rebounderz. You get one shot, and sometimes it comes quick, and sometimes it takes a little longer. And when it takes a little longer, the franchisees say, "Well, what about that other location? Maybe we should look." But if it's not the right location, you keep looking.
Right.
And once you find it, then everything else falls into place. But if it's not the right location and you go into it, you're going to be struggling from the start.
Sure. And Mark, on average, what would you say is the turnaround time from signed contract to an arena opening?
Wow, it really depends on the business, the building itself, okay? The building, sometimes we can get big box stores that look fantastic and you can move them in 4 to 5 months. But then you'll get big box buildings that have been in for 5 years, they've been out of business. So you spend 12 months rehabbing those.
Right.
But once Rebounderz has their hands on it, okay, you're guaranteed to be open between 35 days and 23 days. 35 days.
That's incredible.
35 days being
That's
the
amazing.
longest one, 23 days being the shortest one.
That's extraordinary. Al, will you please tell us about the international leap that Rebounderz has made?
Well, it was exciting, and I must go on record as saying I absolutely love Panama City. And the people in the corporate office, all our employees are fighting to see who gets to go next. It's a beautiful country. You know, they love business. We did it at the right time because it was actually one of the smoothest openings that we had. And there were a lot of different logistical items that we hadn't dealt with before, but we had everything laid out, all the processes were in place, and it's a beautiful location in the Sorties Hotel. It's 18,000 square feet, which is small for a Rebounderz, and it is one of the highest grossing locations. It's amazing how well they've done, and they've just signed a master franchise agreement for 3 additional stores for Panama.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Now, what if someone was interested in owning a multi-unit Rebounderz arenas? I mean, how would that work, Mark?
Well, that's where the industry is headed, Kathy. Okay, multi-unit deals are all over the place. We have them in New Jersey, Virginia, California, and now internationally, Panama. So we don't really look at a lot of 1 Tuesday deals now. They're asking for 4 and 5 locations so that they can secure that area to make sure no one else gets it. When you have 1 million people in one area, 1 store will not handle it. But you put 3 stores strategically placed, now you have an area.
And be your own competition.
Exactly.
The Rebounderz franchise model is designed to give the franchisee every advantage, guiding them through each step of the process.
One of the great things about Rebounderz is that you have some flexibility to add various components and add new offerings. So you're not just about trampolines. You know, we have a basketball slam, and we have a foam pit, and we have an arcade. I asked for permission to open an indoor playground, and that was one of the things that really helped set us apart. Also, really looking at how to keep your pricing competitive. There's been a big shift in the marketplace from large family vacations to doing local family vacations. And when you're doing local vacations, you want to develop programs, and you want to keep the price point down to where people can come on a repeat basis. Also, educating the public on the difference between a safe trampoline park versus a non-safe trampoline park. We have far fewer collisions and far fewer accidents. There's quite a few challenges, but we have a lot of support from the franchise, especially in the training component, to help.
The advice I'd give to someone looking to open a Rebounderz is to do their research about the other trampoline parks and know that Rebounderz is the safest trampoline park out there. We make sure that our staff is trained to be on the ball in every station, looking out for the kids, super friendly, get down on their knees and talk to kids like they're people. It's really important that you have that kind of customer service, and Rebounderz has it.
Before we close, Al, can you please tell us what you believe is the secret to your growth that you have at Rebounderz?
You have to believe in your business. You have to learn from your mistakes. You have to have a good partner. I always say when I talk to franchisees, never have more than 1 partner. It's just, and have different skill sets, but understand what the other person is doing. Give your franchisees leeway to make the business their own, but at the same time still follow the model.
Right.
A franchise at the end of the day is an independently owned and operated business. They need to feel like it is their business, and they need to feel like we're there to help them, support them, and grow their business.
Well, it's easy to see how you've made Rebounderz such a fun and safe activity for families, and it certainly appears to be an exciting franchise opportunity. Thank you both
Thank
for
you so much,
joining us.
Kathy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. For Modern Living, I'm Kathy Ireland. Thank you for watching.